record. So let's get started. Okay, so I am Allie Tessitore. Hopefully you guys know who I am. If you have not friended me on Facebook, if you're not one of my ladies, friend me, get to know me, follow me. We have an incredible sisterhood of women. We just live life together. Elizabeth, Emily, Allie, I don't know who 813 is, and Meg. I see all of you, and I believe Allie, I know you're under Brandy, Emily and Elizabeth. Who are you guys under?
Katie.
Hey, oh, there's Katie. She popped up. And then Elizabeth, who are you with?
I'm with Amanda Downing.
Oh, perfect. Yeah, I love it. And then I can't see, I don't know who 813 is, but if you want to tell me who you are, that'd be fabulous. But if not, we'll just move past you. And then Meg and Katie, both of them, they are coaches on our team. They're apprentice coaches in our challenge group. And eventually they will be running their own group. That's the whole goal. So they're in this group with all of us together, and eventually they will branch off and be doing their own. So they're team motivators, apprentice coaches with their own ladies, and some more popped up. I don't know who they are, but that's okay. So I'm Allie Tessitore, and welcome to the Imperfectly Balanced Challenge Group. I am so blessed and honored to have you a part of our community. It's not just 21 days, it's life. And I tell my ladies all the time, you're stuck with me, you're stuck with your coach, because it isn't just about drinking chicks and exercising. It's about living life together in all of it, in every single aspect. So a little bit about me, if you don't know me or if you haven't followed me, my journey started about 4 years ago as just a mom searching for more. It was after my third child, 6 weeks postpartum, I started struggling with severe debilitating panic attacks. I was having to be medicated. I was taking medication every 3 hours. I pretty much lost who I was in every single aspect. And, oh, there's Emily. Hey, Emily. And I pretty much just lost who I was. And I was always like, I didn't have a lot of weight to lose, but obviously I just had a baby. So for me, my focus was never about losing weight, but I had to get my health back. And I had to get, honestly, my mental health back, because I was taking, and I'm very open and honest, I share everything. I was taking Xanax every 3 hours. I was on daily medication because I literally could not make it through the day without just falling apart, mentally, emotionally, and spiritually. I was breastfeeding. I had to give up breastfeeding because of the medication. So my life was pretty much flipped upside down June 16th of 2012, 4 years ago. And that's when I decided to take my health back. I was not a coach then. I was not equipped to be a coach then. And, you know, I'm still on my journey, but it was in June of 4 years ago that I decided that I was worth it. Just like all of you ladies are worth it. I'm not sure what your story is. I don't know what your why is for joining this challenge group, but you are worth this transformation. So I started exercising and eating clean. I literally could only work out 15 minutes at a time. That's all I could handle. I was that unhealthy, skinny girl that was stressed out 24/7. I looked healthy, but I was not healthy at all. I could barely walk, run for 15 minutes a day. So I just started somewhere. So I want you guys to remember that when you start this challenge group, especially as new ladies in this challenge group, it's okay if you have to do the modified version. It's okay if you can't make it through the 30 minutes or the 22 minutes of your exercise, because you will get there. I promise you. I am an example of that. So I started off only 3 days a week of exercising. I started changing the food I ate to cleaner, unprocessed foods. I cut out caffeine. I stopped drinking coffee. I started to decrease my sugar intake, which I'm a sweet tooth fanatic. So I had to change some things. And over time, I was able, from June until November, I was able to rehab myself, get off of all my medication. And my last panic attack was January 9th of 2013. And it's because of what I did to change. It was the exercise, it was the nutrition, but more than that, it was taking time to be still and unplug from life and just be still. And I talk about that in our challenge group every Thursday, about taking time to unplug, to make time for you, because as women, whether you're a working woman, whether you're a mom, whether you, whatever you do, we usually go nonstop, and that's how society has made it. So I really try to encourage not just obviously exercising every day and eating clean, but finding time to get off your phone, finding time to turn the TV off, turn the computer off, and just be present with your family, be present with your significant others, or go out with friends and have fun. Because it's not just a physical transformation. It's not just the number on the scale. It's everything, body, mind, and spirit. Hence, after recovering myself, the one thing I was missing was community. I was missing friendship. I had done everything by myself. I had my husband and my mom, which you guys can understand. Sometimes, boyfriends, husbands don't really understand what we're going through. So it was kind of difficult. And even my mom, she was my mom, but I wanted friendship. I wanted women that accepted me for me. And I had a lot of judgment from my personal friends during that time of my life, a lot of judgment. And I just needed someone. I needed someone that got me, that accepted me, flaws and all, anxiety, panic attacks, everything. And that's why I became a coach. I was not finished on my journey. I just knew that I wanted to create this right here. I wanted to create this sisterhood, this group of women that empowered one another, not judge, not ridicule, but uplift and empower and inspire and live life with. So I became a coach, and that's what these challenge groups are a product of. I have been running them since November 3rd of 2014, and they have just expanded, and we have just an incredible community of coaches who are running these groups, and I'm just honored and blessed to have you a part of the challenge group that I run, and see your transformation take part, whether you're my challenger or someone else's challenger. So thank you for joining this journey. Thank you for taking the leap of faith. I know it's scary trying something new, but I promise you it's worth it. Just fail forward. Remember why you're doing this. Remember that you're worth it, because your life will be forever changed. And just know that you're going to hit bumps in the road over the next 3 weeks, next 4 weeks, 8 weeks, however long you stay on this course. You're going to have bumps in the road. The scale might not change. You might not lose inches. Maybe you struggle with some other issues that might come up. Just stay the course. Patience is the biggest factor here. So just have patience, hold tight. If you're struggling, that's what this group is for. Plug into the group, reach out to the coach that you're with, and just stay focused. I promise you, because in the end result, it is worth it. I will say this to you guys, 4 years. I'm on 4 years of this journey. And I look back and I thank God every day of how far he's brought me. And there's days where I feel like I'm failing, but I have to stop and say, you know what? Look how far I've come. So I want you guys to think about that going in, that you are making progress. You are getting stronger. And you're going to have your hiccups. But what matters is that you pick up, you get going, you hit the reset button, and you stay the course no matter what happens. So that is my little intro. And I'm going to go straight into, I'm going to go ahead and screenshot the challenge group for all of you. At the end, we're going to do a Q&A. I like to keep this around 30, 45 minutes, again, because I know how valuable your time is. So I'm going to screen share the challenge group with you. I'm going to go over a lot of questions that I have seen pop up in the group, show you the stat form and all of the documents that you will be needing in this challenge group so that you have success. So let me go ahead and screen share. So you pop up on Facebook. Here's your Facebook. This is what mine looks like. If you go over to the left-hand side, all of you should be a part of this group now, and you should see it. Most likely you have. That's why you're on this call. But if you click August, so this is what it looks like right here. Okay, so when you go into this group, the first thing you're going to see up at the top is all of this beautiful information. This is pretty much your call to action every single day. So Motivational Monday, I want you to post something motivating in the group. And this is one thing that I know that so many of you might struggle with, because I know I've struggled with this. But my mission for our community is to not just inspire the women in our group, but to inspire women outside of the group. I want us to be a lighthouse, a beacon of hope to others. And I say right here on Monday is to motivate and inspire one person outside of their group to be their best. You don't have to talk to them about what you're doing. Just be that person that encourages someone, because a word of inspiration, a compliment goes a really long way. And I know from my own situation, and I know you women can all relate, that it brightens your day when someone reaches out to you and just says, hey girl, I'm here for you if you need anything, thinking about you. So that's Monday. Tuesday is Tone and Tang Tuesday, so you're going to post a workout selfie, #IBChick. Also, if you post it on your page, like your Facebook page, hashtag it, because sometimes I'll go through the hashtags and I'll find women who are really standing out, and I like to give shout outs to some of those ladies. Wednesday is Wellness Wednesday, so share a health or wellness tip with the group. This is not mandatory. These are just different ways that you can post on the different days of the week if you want to be actively involved. Transformation Thursday is one of my favorite days of the week, and I highly encourage all of you to do this. It's to share a body, mind, or spirit transformation you have noticed in yourself this week. It doesn't have to be a physical transformation. It could be mental, that you've gained self-control over saying no to chocolate cake. It could be that you went out to dinner and you were able to like portion control your food, or maybe it was your self-confidence. Maybe you were confident enough to take a picture with your family. I want you to celebrate you, and I want you to share it with our group because we get to celebrate your transformation. That's the best part. I'm usually always in tears on Thursdays because I love the willingness and the boldness that a lot of the women have to share their journey with all of the women, because we're here to uplift one another. Friday is Foodie Friday, so snap as many pictures as possible of your food. It's kind of funny because most women forget, so they'll take a picture of like empty plates. But this is just us to like keep track of your food and just to like have something fun, show pictures of what you're eating. And you can also share a healthy recipe. In the file section, which I'll show to you guys next, I have a recipe book. So a lot of those recipes you'll probably use, or you'll follow the meal plans. But if you create something new, share it with the group. We love to see new recipes. That's what this group is about, sharing. And we have a couple ladies in here who are like cook geniuses, and they have some incredible recipes that they post. So keep track of those, save them, and use them because they're all healthy. And a lot of them are family friendly if you have kids. Next is Shake Yo Shout Out Saturday. So post a picture of your shake. Maybe if you made a new recipe, post the recipe that you've done with it. And also you're going to give a shout out to one lady in the group that's inspired you. So if Meg or Emily or Katie have really inspired me this week, I'm going to be like, shout out to these 3 ladies. They've kept me on track when I felt like I wasn't going to work out today. They pushed me and motivated me to stay on track. So just stuff like that. Women, like I said, this is all about uplifting and empowering one another. And then Sunday is Stat Sunday. And I've had a lot of questions about Stat Sunday. So Stat Sunday is the day that you're going to email the coach you signed up with your stat form. I do give my girls until Monday at midnight, but I like to say Sunday. It's usually easier. For me personally, and I will recommend my coaches to do this as well while they're on here, is on Tuesdays when I check my email to make sure that I've received all of my challenger stats. If I don't receive them, I shout you out in the group. And I do this because of accountability. This group is to get you results. This group is to change your life. And it's my job as your coach to keep you accountable. So I shout you out in the group so you know you've got to send me your stats. So expect, if you're one of my ladies, every Tuesday afternoon, you'll get a little tag on my page saying, send me your stats so I can see your results. And then also Sundays, take pictures of your meal prep that you have completed for the week. Next is, this is a section that most of the challengers do not see. They skip over this. And this is where everything is that you need for this challenge group. Over here on the right side, it's going to say members. These are all of our members. And then it's going to say description. You're going to click see more. This is everything you need to know right here. It's everything. So the first, let's go through this list. The first is Wednesday. I don't know why it says Wednesday. Today's Thursday. Oopsie, I better change that. It's Thursday is our challenge group Q&A tonight, which you guys are all on this call. I better fix that. Saturday, August 20th at 9 a.m. is our local challenge group meetup. So if you're local, we have women from Riverview Parish, Wesley Chapel, Land Lakes. We have women from all over that come to our meetup. It's once a month. It's the third Saturday of every single month. And this one is August 20th. We get together, we do a workout. You are welcome to bring family, friends. It's open for all, and it's going to be an incredible workout this the 20th, that Saturday. And it's like an hour workout, but I will say that we tend to talk a while after. So it's a great time to meet everyone and connect with your coach if you haven't met them, or meet other women in the group that you've connected with. Next, number 3 is Thursday, August 25th at 9 p.m. Eastern Time. I do a little call, just what is coaching all about. During this journey, there's a lot of women that are challengers that naturally, organically begin to connect with other women. People ask what they're doing, and they want to have the opportunity to help other people. So on this call, I just talk about what coaching is, what we do, what our community is about. That's open for anyone, and I do share that in the group if you're interested. I also talk about discount options as well. So if all of you looked in the file section, there was, it's kind of late now, but there's a 5-day slim down meal plan. And this meal plan you can do anytime you want. I posted it in the beginning of the group, but it's in the file section and it says 5-day slim down. And it's a meal plan that you only want to do 1 week because it's very low in carbohydrates. It's not long-term, but it's a great way to slim down your results, to maximize results, to kickstart them however you want to use it, and you follow it exactly. You can switch some of the meals around, but I would say follow everything to a T. Do not change the food around, eat everything there because it is lower calories and there's certain food in that group to make sure that you can maintain normal function. If you did not follow that, you can follow that at the end of this challenge if you want. It's just an extra little meal plan to follow to get more results. Moving forward, going down this quick list, this is what I ask from all of you. There's like 7 of these. The first one is that look at the pinned post at the top of the page in our group daily, every single day. As a new challenger, this pinned post is going to be your valuable information for this group. It's going to talk about reading labels, about what to use when you have sore muscles. It's going to talk about taking time to unplug. It's going to talk about ways to de-stress. This is specifically for new challengers. If you continue on in our challenge group in the future, it's the same information. This is, like I said, for new challengers, and the rest of you can follow the call to action at the top of the page. Next, number 2 is follow your program guide. Do your workouts and drink your shakes every single day, okay? So many women do not follow the program guide. And after doing this for almost 2 years now, the majority of the time when they're not seeing results, it's because they're not following the program. So eat the containers. Eat all of the containers. Do not eat less. Do not eat more. Follow your food bracket calorie. It happens a lot. I'll have women that will say, I'm not losing weight. And I'm like, okay, well, send me your food journal. This is usually if they're creating their own meal plan. Usually they're not eating enough food. And a lot of women come into this and they think, this is more food than I eat. But remember, if you don't eat enough food, your metabolism slows down, and that's why you stop seeing results. So eat your containers. Also, if you have an iPhone, I don't know if someone else could say it at the end, but I haven't seen it on an Android. But on an iPhone, there's an app called 21 Day Fix Tracker, and it's a great way to track your containers. Now, if you're doing 22-minute hardcore, if you're doing hammer and chisel, if you're doing country heat, it's the same container system. So you can still use the 21 Day Fix Tracker app. And what it does is you plug in your weight, your measurements, and it helps you keep track of the containers you eat for each day. So I know for breakfast, if I ate 1 red, which is your protein, 1 yellow for your carb, 1 purple for fruit, I can plug it in this little app, and it keeps track of the containers for me, which is really handy. Number three is email me your stats. Now, this number 3 pertains to who your coach is, okay? Because if you signed up with, Meg, Katie, or Emily, you're going to email them if you have questions. You're going to send them your stats because that's who is going to keep you accountable. If you're my lady, you're going to email me. Now, a lot of the questions you have, I'm 150% sure that other women have the same question. So post it in the group because it helps all of us answer all the questions at once. So just post your questions in the group. Now, if it's a private, personal matter, just email your coach, privately, and they'll get back to you. I do have on here that I have set work hours. So usually 24 to 72 hours, I will respond to emails unless it's an emergency. I've never had an emergency ever, so I'm not too concerned about that. And then I always check into the challenge groups between 1 and 3 every single day. I sit down, I check through them, answer questions, check in with the group, and sometimes I do again at nighttime. So if you have questions, check in then specifically. Number 4 is share and connect. I said this in the beginning, be involved in this group. Share your story, share your results. We are here to help you in every single way, the good and the bad. If you have you binged on the weekend, share that in the group. Seriously. I know that sounds crazy because women relate to that. If you skipped a workout because you just didn't have it in you, share that because you know what? You're not the only one that is struggling. Every woman in this group has a moment of struggle. And that's what this group is for, is to help one another. And for you not to feel alone in this process. Number 5 is to stay positive. You are new to this challenge. You must stay positive. Your body is changing and it takes time. Remember, if you just had a baby, or if you need a lot of weight to lose, or if you have anxiety, or whatever your issues are, it didn't happen overnight. It took a while for all of that stuff to occur. So for me, you just have to give it time. You might not see a change in a day, but you will, I promise you, you will see changes. Honestly, week to week. They might not happen as quick as you want, but just trust the process. Be positive, because I say where your mindset goes, the man follows. So if you go into this challenge day 1 and every day saying, I am meant for this, I have greatness, I'm going to accomplish this challenge, and it's going to become a lifestyle, I have no doubt that you will. But it all starts here. It all starts in your mindset and what you think about who you are and how you can do this and how you're going to accomplish this challenge. I already went over the stat form. Okay, so the stat form, this is where I have a lot of questions. And it's quite simple, but it's not simple if you use your phone. So that's probably where a lot of women have run into issues. So what you're going to do, I'm going to screen share and show this to you. You're going to click the Google Doc right here. You're going to click it. It's going to pull up. Okay, so here is the Google form. It says, I have the directions right here for you. It says, make sure you make a copy first and create your own file and send that one to me. And then it says how to insert the picture. When you open this up, there's 2 things that you can do here, 2 options, totally up to you. You're going to click file, and you're going to either click make a copy, and then say let's put in Meg Stats. Okay. So it's going to create a new file, and it's going to open up. There's Meg Stats, and this is where you can edit it. You're going to click inside the box, and then you're going to go to insert, and then you're going to click image. So all you have to do is plug it in. And then after that, you're going to go right up to this tab right here, and you're going to click share, and that's how you give it to your coach. Now, if you don't want to do it that way, the other option is to go back to the main original one that I have sent you, go to file, and you're going to download as Microsoft Word or any of these formats. Microsoft Word, if you don't use this if you have a Mac. Sometimes it can come out weird if you have a Mac with Microsoft Word. That's why I use Google. But you can use Microsoft Word. So this is how you do it. It's very simple if you just follow these steps. If you try to do it from your phone, it's going to be very confusing, and sometimes the graphics look off. So this is how you want to do your stat form. If you share it through that link that I showed you, it will send the direct email to your coach. If you do it through Microsoft Word, you're going to have to send it as an attachment in an email. So that is how you use the stat form. Okay, back to here. So that was number 6, your stat form. The next is the meal plans. Meal plans right here, number 7. Now this might take you time. So go in here knowing that you have to find your food calorie bracket. At this point, all of you should have your meal bracket, your calorie bracket figured out. If you have not, ask your upline coach how to do that, because I have posted it probably 3 times how to figure out your calorie bracket. Now, this group, this file right here has every single meal plan for every single program. So you're going to have to look. You're going to have to look for your program. And I do this because there's so many different calorie brackets. The first thing you can notice here is the recipe file. This is over 100 pages of recipes. Look at this. I'm not going to go through it, but usually most of them have the food colored containers. They're all healthy. There's healthy treats in there, healthy Reese's peanut butter eggs. There's peanut butter oat balls. There's baked oatmeal. There's egg bites. I mean, there's so many different recipes in there that have accumulated over the course of Reading Challenge Group. So check that out on your time. But you can see here all of the different meal plans. Up at the top is Pio. Here, hammer and chisel. I don't think we have many of you doing that. There's a grocery list that you can print out. There's a blank meal plan if you want to make your own here, because some women like to make their own. Now, this is where there's a lot of fix, 21-day fix. We have a lot of 21-day fixers. That's all of these right here. It says 21-day fix. What you're going to do is you're going to hover. If you hover over it, it's going to tell you what it is. So this is week 3, 2100. That's not your bracket. So you'll go to the next one. That's week 3. They're kind of in order. That's week 3. So I'm going to scroll down here and go to this one. Okay, so this one right here is week 1, 1200 bracket. So I'm going to print that one out. That would be my bracket. Then I'm going to go to week 2, which is here. Week 2, 1200 bracket, print that one out. So if I were you, I would just go in here and print out the 3 weeks so you have them, and that is it. That's my best suggestion. And I will say this, the meal plans, they work. So the women that follow the meal plans see results. The women that try to get creative and make their own and make all these weird casseroles and try to get creative, that's great, but not in the beginning. I would say in the beginning, keep it as simple as possible. Keep it your proteins, your carbs, your veggies. Get an understanding of how you're supposed to be eating, and then give yourself more freedom. But if you try to do too much variety in the beginning, you're going to feel overwhelmed. And I say that because I've been there, done that. And so has so many other women. Now, let me just tell you the difference here. There's the 21-day fix. And then if you see all the purple, that's 21-day fix extreme. That's a graduated program. So if you're not doing extreme, do not do that meal plan because it's more intense. And then if you're doing 22-minute hardcore, all of these programs are yours down here below. There's 8 weeks of meal plans for that. That is the meal plans. This is where they are. If there's ever a new program and you're doing a new challenge with me, this is where the program meal plans will be for every single group and the new challenge groups. Okay, so let me close that down. Scroll down, and that is it. That is it for our list of everything, our number 7. And if you didn't see the pin post looks like this. It says pin post. So if you're a new challenger, if you read this and watched it, this is a great time for you to participate. I love seeing that we have all of these women talk about their excuses, all of these right here. So many of them. This is a great way for you to find out other women who have the same excuses as you. You can partner up. You can be accountability partners, encourage one another. And make sure, too, another thing is tag your coach. So, for example, let me find someone. Okay, Andrea is my girl. So, for her, she could tag me and say, Allie Tessitore, tired, lazy. If you tag them, then your coach is always going to know what you're doing. It's the best form of accountability. Most coaches will go through here and look at everything, but it's just a great way for them to see right away. Oh my gosh. Okay. So Chris is participating. Kristen's participating. It just lets us know that you're doing your work and you're staying plugged in. And that honestly, that's what gives you the results because of the sense of accountability. So that is really it. I'm going to stop screen sharing and I'm going to open it up for a Q&A because we did really good with time. It's 9:29. So you can unmute yourself or you can ask questions at the bottom if you want, if you don't want to talk, but I would say talk. And I'll open it up if you have questions. I'm here to ask any questions that you might have. So you can unmute and I'm here to answer. Oh, I think Elizabeth's trying to talk. Oh. Go ahead.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear
you. So I just ordered the size program, but I don't see any meal plans for that. So would I just follow the 21-day fixed meal plan? And I don't have the containers, but I saw there's a cheat sheet where I can just go by the colors and the quantity, I guess, per color.
Yep, that's perfect. I actually have, I have some meal plans that I have created and I can switch them over and add them. I have 3 weeks of just original meal plans that aren't the containers, but I will say this, like the 21-day fixed meal plans are like my favorite. Just the meals themselves are really just, they're efficient and they work. So with knowing like the color, that's why I post that picture. You can kind of know the sizes of the containers. You can just follow that and just use those container measurements. So if it's a 1/4 cup, for the yellow, use the 1/4 cup. Or if it's 1 cup, just use that. So just follow those meal plans. And it's the same exact. Same with like Payo. If any of you were doing Payo, they actually use measuring cups. And I honestly, after using those beautiful little colored containers, I hate searching for like measuring cups. So even with Payo, even though I do have a meal plan for that, I'm always like, look, if you have the containers, just do the fixed one because it works. I mean, so does the Payo, but you got to get all the containers out. So yeah, the fix is perfect. And you'll love size. It's awesome.
And then I saw that you had another, I was scrolling through really quick last night. Well, it was like 5 a.m. when my daughter woke up. So I saw that you had a whole week of meal planning. You had your own, there was a tuna fish and then Shakeology at this meal and all that. Is that for this challenge, or do we have to go by the 21-day fix meal plans?
You like the video that I shared?
No, I didn't get to watch the video. It was just a 5-day meal plan, I think.
Okay, yeah, in the file section. It's a 5-day slim down. Is that the one you're okay. So the 5-day slim down is a meal plan that I created. It's not Beachbody related. It's something that I created because I have a 5-day and a 7-day one. And what it is it's a very low calorie. 900 calories. It's low and it's only for 5 or 7 days because it kickstarts your results or it like ends out your results at the end. So with that program, with the 5 days or 7 days, you can lose anywhere from I've had 3 pounds lost and I've had 9 pounds lost doing that. 9 pounds with one girl. So it just strips everything down. You can see that there's only one carb, there's only one fruit, there's the protein. And I will say this, I try to say follow that, but for some reason, say you don't like a protein on there, you can sub it out for a different protein. That's perfectly fine. Like say you don't like, what was that?
I was going to ask about that too.
You can switch out the proteins, or if you, for some reason, like I think I have berries on there. I say berries because berries are the lowest sugar form of fruit. You can do grapefruit, but I don't have bananas on there because bananas are very high in sugar. So I try to strip out as much, like I don't have dairy on there. I don't have high fruit sugar. So I just try to keep everything low that can make you fluffy. I try to take out from that 5 or 7 days just so that you can maximize your results really. But like I said, if you don't like chicken, you can sub it out for fish. If you don't like almond butter, you can substitute it with a different, form of fat if you want. Just do that same serving size that's recommended. So if you don't like brown rice and, black beans, just sub it out for, sweet potatoes or quinoa.
I have quinoa, so I could use quinoa.
Yep, that's perfect.
Thanks.
You're welcome. Any other questions?
I have one.
Yeah.
Do you have any mental get ready for the challenge advice? Just kind of since it's my first round.
Mental
how do I get my mindset ready for this?
It honestly, it's just a shift. And I think I'm going to let some of my girls I'm going to let Meg or Emily or Katie, who have been with me in a challenger setting and now have become coaches. I'll let them share because for me, I will say this, when I made the shift, it was because my life depended on it. If I can be honest with you ladies, my life depended on it. I was either going to be a 50% functioning mom and wife who couldn't drive my kids in the car because I literally couldn't drive my kids in the car without having a panic attack. My life depended on it. I was afraid that something bad was going to happen to me and my kids weren't going to have a mom. I was at a desperate place and it was either wake up, Allie, and fix your life, or you might not be here tomorrow. Right. If I can be, for me personally. So it was I had no option. But I still struggle. I still struggle. And that's where taking that time to unplug and to do personal development is huge. For me, I struggle a lot with my thoughts. If you have anxiety or if you're someone with low self-esteem, for me, it's your thoughts. So books like Joyce Meyer is incredible. Battlefield of the Mind, Power Thoughts. She has a book called Power Thoughts, which is incredible. You can also download her podcast on your phone. So if I'm in the car, I'll just play her podcast. It's 15 minutes and I'll find, different topics that are related to the thoughts and, finding joy. Those are great books. I'm trying to think what else. Made to Crave is a fabulous book by Lisa Turkhurst. And it's all about your thoughts regarding food, which is really relevant to this challenge group. I think what else? I have so many books. A Confident Woman by Renee Swope is a great book for just finding confidence in who you are. I'll take a picture of all my books. I'll lay them on the floor and I'll take a picture of all of them. But I mean, that's the thing. That's where I say feeding your mind is a big part of this challenge. It's a huge part because so many of us are controlled by our thoughts. And if you can gain power over them, which we can have good thoughts, self-control, discipline, then you can really conquer anything. Honestly, journaling, and I'll mention that in my video next week, is I journaled a lot when I started this journey, everything since day one. And that really is really therapeutic with just writing down how you're feeling and be able to go back and look and see like how you overcame that bad day. It makes a big difference. And I'll let the other girls share too, if you guys want to say anything about what helped you make the switch. Yeah, go ahead.
Sounds good. So the very first week of the challenge, I struggled with feeling like I can't have things. I felt like I was punishing myself because I wasn't able to enjoy the ice cream my kids was having, or the pizza and wings night that we would have on Friday. So Allie talks a lot about changing your mindset. I really had to change my mindset from I can't have something to I'm choosing for my own well-being not to choose this food. Right. And when you kind of empower yourself mentally, the rest is easier to slide into. At the beginning, you kind of have to say, I paid the money, I'm putting the time in, but then amazing things happen as you do that self-positive talk. Right. So if you're struggling, like I definitely recommend that you reach out to the group, that you let them know your struggles, because a lot of the people are feeling the same thing you are. I definitely had some self-pity parties in the beginning. But when you get to the point where you're really starting to shed pounds, your clothes are fitting well, like when you start to have those successes that are really noticeable in your life, it makes all of those sacrifices feel so much easier and so much better. So trust in the process. There were definitely times where I was whining to Allie that I gained pounds this week. But it takes some time. It's day by day and pound by pound. So just try to get your mind frame in that place of, instead of for me, I can't, to I'm empowering myself to make better choices.
Yep.
Great. Yeah, that's great.
Go ahead, Katie.
I did a lot of whining at the beginning.
We all do.
Yeah. If I can.
Also,
Allie Baker.
Go ahead.
Yeah. For me, like I just added everyone as a friend. Like everyone that is in the challenge group, I was like friend. You know, and it empowered me. I don't know, that helped me. I just went all in from the beginning. I was like, I know these girls are going to say yes. They're going to accept my friendship. And I actually missed the deadline for the June. So I got my startup pack like 3 weeks before the July one started. And so I just started. Like I didn't wait for day one. I just put the DVD in and I did it. And in the beginning, I just had Allie like as a support, and then I was adding these girls slowly. But that was huge for me. Like, don't make it a tomorrow, make it a today. So that was huge. Just start, go all in, add everybody as a friend, and you're going to be amazed with a sense of community.
Love it.
And for me, on my first week, I was on the Q&A, and I had a bachelorette party coming up, and I remember asking Allie about, well, what am I going to do when all the girls around me are having cocktails and I can't? And Allie, when she first said it, I was kind of like, I can't believe she said that. I'm happy she did, because she kind of just went, you know, Meg, how bad do you want it? And I respond more to that. Just, I constantly in my head just ask myself, how bad do I want this? How bad do I want this? That, and also I keep my pictures, my day one picture. Every week I take the pictures. I keep them all on my phone. So if somebody pulled up my phone pictures, they would think that I'm like in love with myself. With me in a sports bra and shorts. I even have one saved to my computer at work, and I look at those all the time because I constantly have to remind myself why I'm doing it. Like, why is it important for me to, and I mean, I mess up all the time. Like today I've had so many Hershey's Kisses and cookies, but for the most part, it's just constantly reminding yourself, because it is a mind thing. For me, it was, the exercise was easy. It was the food. Food has always been a tough thing for me, and just also reading Made to Crave and learning why we crave food, and what you can replace those cravings in your life for, and fill your life with things that aren't food. I thought it was silly until I read it, and then it just all clicks.
Yeah.
Yeah, that book is great. And I think I always say the quote wrong, but everything is permissible, but not everything is beneficial. And you think about that, like we can eat whatever we want. We can choose not to work out, but is it beneficial for us? Like, is it really going to add, value to our life? No, it isn't. And, it's so easy to think about like, I'm giving up pizza night. I'm giving up ice cream with my kids. But you got to think about what you're gaining in the long term.
Right.
And there is a time in your life, and there's a time in this challenge where, you know what, you're going to be able to go have a pizza night and eat ice cream with your kids. But I always say in the beginning, you have to be careful because when you start opening that door, that's when you go back to your old habits. So I always say in the beginning, just try so hard to stay focused. Put those blinders on. Remember why you're doing this. Dig deep, like the girls said, and just know your worth and know why you're doing this, and know that where you're going to be in 7 days, 14 days, 21 days from now, 30 days from now, it is worth every single sacrifice you make. And I know this sounds crazy, but like, I thank God every day that I went through what I went through 4 years ago, because I wouldn't be who I am today at all.
Right.
All of those failures, those struggles, everything that I had to go through to get where I am today, I'm blessed from it. All of it the bad has been turned into good. So it's the same for all of you. And I'm so blessed to be able to be on this journey with all of you. And these incredible coaches on our call were challengers just like you a couple weeks ago, even 2-3 months ago. And now they're helping other people change their health in their life. And that's what it's all about. It's paying it forward, partnering together, and just living life together. So be ready, because you're stuck with us. So it's incredible. But any other questions at all?
Allie, I just added you as a friend.
Okay. I'll still
accept my friend.
I love it. Go friend everyone.
And then, do you guys recommend prepping like for Shakeology, like if you wanted to add like fruit in the morning to it, or do you just kind of? I see Meg's head shake.
Yeah.
If I try to eat very little fruit, and no, I don't eat dairy anymore. It's very rare. But if I do, the bananas in my shake, some weeks I feel more tired than others. So if I'm going to do the bananas, I absolutely, or any fruit in my shake, I portion it out. That way in the morning, it's easy. I just put it in there. I'm not tempted to add any more. I'm not tempted to add any less. It's
okay.
all
Perfect.
Yeah, and you can like cut out like my banana. Like I put the frozen bananas in my shake because I like to make it more creamy. So just like the week before, or like the week when I go shopping, I'll just take all the bananas, peel them, cut them in half, and put them in the bag in the freezer. Right. Okay. So all I have to do is pull out a half, because you can only have half of a banana for your serving.
Right.
And for me, honestly, that's really the only fruit I eat all day long, is that in my shake. I'm not a big fruit person. But with everything else, I mean, I pretty much portion everything else out for the week. Now, if I'm really busy, like this weekend, for example, we're gone all weekend long and I won't get home until Sunday afternoon, I will most likely just cook everything and then put it in big containers. And then come Monday, just start, portioning things out as I eat them. But I mean, like I say, cooking this stuff in advance makes a big difference. Whether or not you portion it out or whether you're not, I will say it. If it is portioned into small containers, it helps. It is easier just to be able to pull it out of your fridge and eat it. Right. But as long as you have it cooked and ready, I'm telling you, it changes your life having food ready. I honestly, if I don't have my food prepped, I either don't eat it all or I eat my kids' leftovers. That's what happens. Like, honestly. So have it prepped, because nutrition is 80% of your results, and all of us, 80%. I've had women I had one lady who had she has Hashimoto's. She told me from day one, I'm not exercising. I hate exercising. I'm never going to work out. And I'm like, okay, then we can do this. Follow the nutrition 100%. She's lost over 60 pounds. And she's lost over 60 pounds, and she ran her first 5K ever 2 months ago. So her never going to exercise has resulted in her now being able to run a 5K, losing 60 pounds, and her husband has lost 70 pounds. So it goes to show you that nutrition plays a big factor. And for some women, they want to lose the weight first before they start exercising. Sometimes it's just a mental thing. But just focus on the nutrition. You can enjoy your 3 treats a week with the 21-day fix, which is great. And just follow the portions and you'll see results. You will, for sure.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
You're welcome, Allie. Any other questions?
one more question.
Yeah.
Pardon my screaming child.
Oh my gosh, you're fine.
Okay. So with the meal prepping, I've always feared meal prepping because I feel like the food's going to go bad. And I was told, I think Amanda had mentioned to me, you can separate it and do it twice a week. Or you could just go as, I guess, do it as you go. But I'd like to do meal prepping. I guess since I haven't really ever meal prepped myself, I don't know how fresh the food is, like 3 days or 4 days down the road.
Yeah.
So I mean,
I'll say for me, I've eaten food 7 days. 7 days prepped in my fridge. I've eaten 7 days. Now I
7 days.
Yes, I know. Let me tell you, when you're going extreme and you like your life, for me, like I think there was one Sunday, like I prepped on a Sunday and I ate it the following Sunday. And a lot of times I eat my food cold. I know, right? It's crazy. But it's just the fish, I don't cook fish. I don't eat it longer than 3 days because it makes me kind of nervous, the seafood. But usually you can smell something if it smells weird. So if it has a weird funk smell, I toss it. I don't eat it. But I've never been sick from anything ever. And I would say for me, I prep for a family of 5, a lot of my food, but I've learned how much I need. So for you, what you could do is maybe cook like 3 chicken breasts and like maybe 2 sweet potatoes and like do less. And then if you need more, you can cook more, because if you cook a whole bunch of food and you run out, then you are going to waste food. So maybe start with less, maybe prep for like 2 days, prep like for Monday, Tuesday, maybe Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, prep again on Wednesday for Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, split it up and then keep track. Like, so if you cook 3 chicken breasts, write that down somewhere so you know in the future, okay, look,
like how much
you're going to buy. Like for us, we go through like 10 pounds of chicken a week for a family of 5, like 10 pounds. We have a family of 5, but I have that down. Like I know 10 pounds of chicken, 24 hard-boiled eggs, like usually like 6 or 7 turkey burgers, 10 bananas. Like I kind of know, but I've been doing this for a while. So you'll get there though. I would say the first week is really like trial by error. A lot of people either don't have enough food or they have too much food. So I would say cook less, so then to cook more. And even for me, like if I don't want to waste a lot of food, like for example, we were going away this weekend, I'll just buy cans of tuna and I'll buy stuff that's really easy to eat, like protein, and I'll just eat that. Like if I run out of food, I'll just eat like tuna on a salad or like a wrap. So I would just say prep less, more. Also, you can freeze stuff. So if you did cook too much food, you can freeze it. Like a lot of girls will freeze their chicken or their turkey meatballs. I'm trying to think what else you can freeze. I've never frozen burgers. If you cook burgers, you can freeze those, in advance. But you'll learn. The more you do it, the better. You'll be a pro. You'll be a meal prep pro in 3 weeks. So.
How about freezing the veggies?
Yeah.
I guess, because I currently buy those frozen, those steamables.
Yeah, those are great.
So I can just keep them in there and then cook them the day that I'm eating it.
Exactly, yeah. And
then just measure it out.
Yep. And I sometimes, like for me, if I get sick of eating veggies, I'll just cook all my carbs and protein and I'll just eat like spinach and kale, like raw, like a salad every single day for veggies. Like if I'm kind of sick of eating like broccoli and asparagus and Brussels sprouts, I'll just keep like the spinach and like the kale, like mixed greens in my fridge. And I'll literally just eat like a salad with like the carb and the protein for every single meal. So, Katie.
I actually buy frozen kale and spinach. And what I did before joining the group, I used to add it to my smoothies with chia flax seeds and all that stuff. That's
perfect.
Too, right?
Yep. You can, there's a lot of girls that highly dislike veggies. Take a handful of your kale, your spinach, throw it in with your shake, blend it up. That's 1 serving of veggies that you're done with.
Okay. Awesome.
Yep.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Katie, you make me think I need to get an I Love Kale shirt. Those I Love Kale shirts. Any other questions? You guys ready? Ready for Monday? Pumped? Oh, it's going to be awesome. We're going to do awesome. Remember, it's not just 3 weeks. It's a lifestyle, okay? Remember that. You're going to have your good days. You're going to have your bad days. Plug into the group. Like all of the girls said, the more involved you are with the women, the more connected you feel, the more you see results. I promise you. Woo! Day 49. Woo woo! Lifers in every way. So thank you guys for getting on the call. I really appreciate it. I hope this helped you and you have your mind at ease and you're ready to take control of your thoughts, get some incredible results, and change your life. So, and hopefully if you're local, you'll come to the meetup on the 20th. I would love to see all of you. So that is it. It's 9:51. We did good. So have a good night. And thank you guys for getting on the call. And thanks for sharing, ladies. Katie, Megan, Emily. Bye, you guys. And I'll post the recording too if you want other people to see it.